All right, Pro Dumpster Diver at it again. We have an absolute special for you guys today right now. What we're going to be doing is, let's get that to focus up there a bit, is we're finally going to be putting these bad boys in acid here. These are special print chips I got about 5 years ago. All right, and I had an issue melting them because they do have, you see the black chips on them there? Those will come off too, okay? But I have a refiner down in New York in the Diamond District. So I'm going to give this new batch about a month to do. So today we're going to go from start to finish how to properly do everything, okay? We're going to start off with our trans-shem muriatic acid. Okay, we have a brand new black. Now the gray bucket, as you guys can see, is over there. I realize it is a little bit, oh wow, shoot, I got a light on my phone. Nice. Okay, first time for everything. All right, so the gray bucket already has our stuff in it. Remember, these are the print chips we're finally putting in today. Okay, we're going to put in our trans-shem muriatic acid. This is, how much is this? 1 gallon. All right, so it's 1 gallon on here. We're going to take the top off. We're going to take the plastic piece off there. Whoop, there we go. And we're going to put this in the bucket. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of smoke that does come off of it. Okay, that is 1 gallon of trans-shem muriatic acid. We're going to pour in another gallon of trans-shem muriatic acid. I'm going to properly show you guys how to effectively do this. And again, I am outside. This is a well-ventilated area. Okay, that is 2 gallons so far. We are going to take our 1 more gallon of trans-shem. Okay, so far, that is 3 gallons of trans-shem muriatic acid. And what we're going to do is, I have 1 more muriatic acid here. We're going to put that in, and this is about a half gallon. Okay, so 3.5 gallons of trans-shem muriatic acid. Okay, now in order to properly do this, you're going to need hydrogen peroxide. You're going to need this from the dollar store. Now it might be $1.25, to be honest. It is going to cost a bit of money. For every gallon, you want to use at least 1 quart to 1 and 2.5. Sorry, 1.25 of that. So this is 1 quart hydrogen peroxide. Okay, that's 1 quart. And I'm doing the entire video for all of you to see everything. Because some people are like, oh, well, a lot of your gold is fake and you really don't actually melt it. I'm showing you guys everything. So please stop the negative comments about, he doesn't really do that. Yes, I do. Showing you guys how it is practically done. This is another hydrogen peroxide here. Okay. And we will add another. Okay. And the dollar store is amazing. All right. And we have one more here. Now, as you start to realize, there's less and less smoke. Yeah, come on. There we go. Get the fat lady out the box. All right, so we have our 3-gallon so far muriatic acid and 3 quarts of hydrogen peroxide. So now what we're going to do, let's see how much is in there. Yeah, not much. I need double that. So we're going to end up putting our chips in there right now. These are our beautiful chips. These chips do contain gold, a little bit on one side, but a lot more on the other. And it's got a little print chip there. So I'm going to have to figure out when I do strain it how to take that off. Some of them contain MLCCs, which contain platinum and palladium. Okay. So right now we're going to dump this inside. All right. That is one plastic bin. We are going to dump another plastic bin. And these ones, some of them are actually pretty good. Okay. Okay. And we are going to put another plastic bin inside. All right. Still got room. And we are going to put one more. Ooh. Inside. Make sure all of those are out. And then a bit of a stir there. All right, so now it is technically on the top. We have put 1, 2, 3, 4 inside so far. I'm actually going to move it so you guys can clearly see it. So where the liquid meets, it goes about an inch. Woo! This is smelling strong, you bastard. So about an inch, it goes up right there. And as you can see, it's already got bubbles, which is beautiful. Okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in there right now. I've got 2 more, as you can see, that could go in, and another one that can go in, but I do not have enough muriatic acid right now, nor do I have enough hydrogen peroxide there, so we can't do the total batch. The total batch would actually take about 4 buckets. I actually have about maybe 15, more than 15 of those there right now. Okay, so what we did today is we began to corrode our print chips. Okay, and what you do is you have that, you get yourself a cover, okay, a plastic cover, and you put the cover over this, and this stops rain from getting into it. Okay, and what you do is you put a weight or so on that. It could be any type of weight. You guys could use a rock or anything you want. I always did have a rock over here. Don't know what happened to it. But other than that, you can actually just put a bottle of hydrogen peroxide there, or actually just fill up, a gallon of water and leave it sitting there. You just don't want rain getting onto it, or this basically blowing away is actually all it is. All right, that's all. What I will do is later on, when I get some time, I will go ahead and pick up more muriatic acid. So what you want to do is figure out how much you actually need to fill up each bucket. So what we did is that these buckets are actually from Walmart. And so far, 1, 2, 3, 4 are in there, and it is, say, about a third the way full. So in order to correctly do this, I would need about 12, I'm going to say 11 gallons, because the print chips also take up space. You have to remember that. So I'm going to say 10 gallons of muriatic, 10 quarts of, damn, that's already off, hydrogen peroxide. And then as it is 1/3 of the way in there with 4, I could actually end up using 12. And that'll basically get to the brim. But I don't want it to be too high, because I need to be able to use a measuring cup and scoop out the acid and still yet strain it. Okay, so that's what we got so far. All right, guys, that's basically it. Oh, actually, you know what we can do? We can actually add some of our print chips in there, because yeah, yeah, we can actually do that. So let's do that since we have time. Okay, what I'll do is I'll put this here. Okay, come on, buddy. I'll put this here. This will add the weight. Yeah, we can still add some print chips, baby. All right, so let's do it. We are going to add another one to you. That's what we'll do. Where is my trusty knife? We're going to add another set of print chips. Come on. All right, we're going to add another set of print chips. Now, there are 2 different print chips. I know you guys are going to be saying this in the comments. These ones are colorful, these ones are not. This has like green, red, and blue. The other one doesn't. Okay, so we're going to add that's 1 layer of print chips. Okay, let's add another layer of print chips. Okay, let's add another layer. Okay, and let's get 3 more. You guys are like, how much of those do you have? Trust me, I've got a lot. Okay, it's gonna add this bad boy in it as well. Okay, we're finally doing it, guys. We are finally doing it. Okay. Oh, damn. Cut that open. All right. Okay. We're going to add in another layer of these print chips here. All right. I'm finally getting these done after like 6 years or so. You know, I've had these things sitting collecting dust, but then I realized this is a lot of gold that's just there that I could be using. All right, another layer of our print chips. Okay, and let's see if I can, yep, we can still do another. Damn, I don't even know how many I actually used so far, but it's always good to have things that are there just in case you need it. And look at that, I got another, are we still recording? Yeah, I got another layer here. All right. All right. Damn. I got a lot to throw out. All right, I can do one more, and then that'll be it. All right, I will add one more. Okay, one more layer of, it's like freaking cake, man. All right, that's going on. You know what? Let me do another one. I'm gonna put one more batch in there. A lot of you guys are like, dude, how do you have all this gold? I've had this stuff for years, and I bought everything when it was cheap, like really, really cheap. But the gold always comes in handy. Gold will save you when all else fails. It's pulled me out of a lot of financial stuff. All right, so I've only got 4 batches left, so I'm going to leave that for the other one. I'm going to take the cover, put it on, and that is going to be it. All right, I'm going to put a bottle here, and I don't have a brick. Let me use the light. Damn, there was a stone that I had. Where the hell is the stone? I had a freaking stone. Like who? I don't know where it went. I guess I will use you. It's not that heavy, but all right. What I will do is I will put a stone here. Basically, what this does, the weight stops the wind from moving it, okay? All right, guys, that's what we did so far. All of this went in. All of these had gold scrap pieces in it. So how many did we use today completely? Let's look at the numbers. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now, each of those practically holds about 5 pounds. So 5 times 12 is 60. We got about 60 pounds that are in there right now, which is not bad. I believe in my first one, we might have did 3 or 4. If you guys can run back and let me know in the comments. Whew. Oh, wait a minute. Shoot, I got some more print chips here. All right, I'll throw those in. All right, guys, that's how you begin the process. Okay, I'm showing you how to actually begin it. What we're going to do is, in a month or so, we're going to come back and we're going to begin straining the acid off. It's going to go into a filter, and then we're going to use gloves and take out the chips and put them in a bucket of water, and then we're going to strain that water out too, and then brush some of these off. All right, guys, that's it. And you basically just let it sit there for a month, let the acid go through it. Now, some of the things you actually can do is a trick. See how we open it and the smoke comes out? Whew. Damn, that smells. That's why you got to do this outdoors, is that it's working, okay? Now, what we're going to do is look in here. Ooh, look at that. Look. You see all the bubbles? The acid is getting to the gold and the copper. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Give it about a month or even 3 weeks. The reason why I say give it 3 weeks is that you want it to take time. Now, you don't want it to take too much time because the green plastic layer will also begin falling off, and you don't want that at times. Now, you see the bubbles coming up? That's what you want. Watch what happens when I kick it. Look at that. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's making a zzz type of sound. Okay? That's what you want. Hear that? Hear that? It's making that hissing sound. Love it. Beautiful. It's working. Let it work. Put your plastic over it. What this does is that this stops the smoke from coming up, puts it to one thing, and that's it. And I mean, you leave it. All right. Come back sometimes to make sure there's no holes in there. You don't want water getting in there because it will dilute it. And then that's it. I think this is the longest running video I did, but it shows the most explanation of everything thoroughly. Okay? So in about a month or so, I'm going to come back. I'm going to take this gold to New York. They're going to melt it for me into a big bar. And to be honest, this is gold that I don't even need to sell. Now, what would the bar look like after all of this is done? We can calculate what it would be, but it's going to be a lot. All right, it's going to be a lot right now because you're looking at 60 pounds in there right now. The bar, let's say it'll come up to be maybe 5 or 6 ounces or so. It'll be pretty heavy, right? It may have a bit of copper in it, but it'll definitely have some gold. But it will be made up of a lot of these chips here. So we'll see. All right, I'll see you guys in about a month, and I'll let you know what's going on. All right, that's it. Questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comment section. Like and subscribe if you have any questions about what goes on. All right, Burn Up Sadiver out.